Greetings, welcome to the channel. Today I'm rocking my Casio ProTrek, a watch I've featured on this channel many times, and if you've tuned in before, you know how much I love watches, but I also love knives, and got me to thinking about pairing your EDC knife to your EDC watch, getting that good balance of rhyme and reason and colorway. So surprise, surprise, my EDC today is my Casio ProTrek PRW3510 with the awesome matte black and green colorway. Today we're going to take a look at a newer offering from CIVIVI. This is the Elementum II, and it's got a colorway that's very close to our ProTrek. So is the watch EDC knife dynamic for real, or is it just me? Let's get started. So I have featured CIVIVI knives before. This is the Mini Praxis. It is an awesome EDC knife, and it pairs so well with our Casio Duro with that beautiful stainless and then G10 black colorway. Love this knife, and has really drawn me to this brand CIVIVI, which is relatively a new company that's been around since 2018. They are a sub-brand of the larger WE Knives, which is a higher-end knife brand. And the name CIVIVI is derived from the Chinese characters for happiness and joy. And our Mini Praxis has brought me nothing but happiness and joy with its excellent value, fit and finish, and performance. So very happy and excited to get a hold of this Elementum II and find out how it rhymes with our ProTrek. And is it absurd to want to match up your EDC knife with your EDC watch? Well, CIVIVI is now becoming the Casio of knives for me, because like my Casios, I can't have just one. So let the trend begin as we unbox this knife. And the first thing we see is excellent branding from CIVIVI with our amazing high quality nylon case, branded throughout, even on the pull. Flip it over and it just says made better, and it's hard to disagree with that based on my experience with that Mini Praxis so far. And as we dig into our case to find some more promotional stuff, also have our product use and warranty pamphlet, lifetime warranty from CIVIVI, which is awesome, and a nice glossy promotion of some of the other models in the CIVIVI lineup. And in my opinion, it goes so well with the case, this branded microfiber cloth. It's just a world-class touch from this company. There's so many other brands out there that don't do this, and I really appreciate the case and the microfiber. Even the plastic bag is branded from this company, so outstanding marketing and promotion from CIVIVI. Very proud of their brand, but it's all about the knife. Let's zoom in and take a closer look at this Elementum II from CIVIVI. It's a button lock pocket knife. This is the smaller version of the Elementum. There is a full-size version that's a little larger, but this is the size I'm after with our EDC or everyday carry motive. And first impressions are, I love the colorway. That OD green is gorgeous, and I love the matte black stainless steel treatment. The G10 texturing is phenomenal, and just the lines, the fit, the finish. First impressions are very, very nice. All right, I've waited long enough. Let's go ahead and check the action on this flipper. Push button combo, and yes, that caged ceramic bearing felt amazing, and it feels so much better than my Mini Praxis, which I love. That was luxurious, to say the least. I will put some specs up on the screen, but I'll tell you, first impressions are this knife is so balanced, and it feels amazing. It's wonderfully balanced, dare I say. Relatively lightweight at only 3.1 ounces. Closed length of 4.1 inches, a sub 3-inch blade length of 2.96, ideal for EDC, everyday carry. I love the fit and finish of these G10 OD green scales. Feel like the perfect texture. They're not going to tear your pockets up, but still great grip retention. Perhaps the most impressive spec is the use of Nitro-V steel. It's a high carbon stainless steel formulated especially for knives, and with our hollow grind drop point blade configuration, Nitro-V steel is just a plus with that added toughness and corrosion resistance. Let's spin this knife around and take some closer looks at some of the fit and finish. This is a very rugged, non-reversible but removable pocket clip that looks like it's powder coated. It's a little long for my liking, but nothing outrageous. Love the colorway of these G10 scales, and they are perfectly textured, no hot spots, and just complement the steel liners that protrude just slightly around the edge very well. What a great colorway this is, and it looks better than I thought it would. And I really love the design. They're not trying to hide the liner. The liner protrudes just beyond the G10, even going solo at the lanyard loops, and no hot spots, just a very uniform, smooth finish. Blade centering is perfect. And I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. Very well made. And I know the button lock's a big feature, but the flipper action is incredible with these ceramic bearings. It is so smooth. Deploying the blade is a joy. I was thinking I was just going to be flipping the button lock the whole time, but the flipper is incredible and it has amazing fidget factor, so definitely going to be using that. Speaking of our button lock, let's zoom in and just take a look at the locking action. This is a spring-loaded button. And as we push it in, we clear the blade, and you can see how freely it flows with those ceramic bearings and that well-constructed chassis. It's just wonderfully smooth and, dare I say, luxurious. I just can't get over how well made this knife is. For the price point, incredible. You can see our button does extend out when the blade is locked, so you can get back to that button when needed. When closed, the button is recessed nicely, so it's not going to accidentally release that lock in the pocket. Great quality, great engineering, great design, and very impressed with the quality of the locking mechanism. This push button is meant to be awesome. Construction, as usual, is incredible. There is no blade play. Such a well put together knife. And once again, as I suspected, the QC with CIVIVI is awesome. So 2 ways to deploy the knife. I prefer the flipper. Of course, you can flick the push button. If you do time it right with some inertia, you will get that to deploy flawlessly. The flipper just feels incredible, and I just love everything I'm seeing with this knife. Beautiful drop point, hollow grind, just a wonderful blade shape and profile. Love the lines on this knife. And I didn't mention, but it should be very easy to keep sharp with that generous sharpening choil there. All right, let's keep spinning this knife around to look at some of the other details. We do have a CIVIVI logo on the pivot screw plate, and that is a T8 screw, I'm pretty sure. Love the top line jimping for the thumb. Perfect proportions, perfect comfort level for this EDC knife. We mentioned this is a right side carry knife with the pocket clip that's not reversible. Let's see how this rides in our pocket. And you can see we've got a nice deep carry. The screws have been recessed so we're not snagging, preventing that knife from fully seating, especially when you have a rugged pair of jeans with a very thick top line. There's no screws to get in the way. Got great retention there with that clip, but the G10 is perfect. It's not going to saw your pockets and tear them up. Perfect balance of ease of use and secure portability. There are some G10 out there, especially Spyderco. I think of that. It's so aggressive. It can really chew up some pockets if you're not careful. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you're wearing nicer pants, I think this is a perfect G10 scale. Not too coarse, but plenty of grip. And as you can see, we're riding right in our jeans pocket, so well done. Let's get some quick side-by-side comparisons. We mentioned our mini Praxis, an awesome EDC in itself. Check out that video. I have reviewed this knife. I think it's incredible. I love it. And let's just see how our mini Praxis and our Elementum II line up here as we just see how they compare. And love that mini Praxis, but this Elementum just feels so much smoother and is arguably the better of the two knives, but that's definitely up for debate. And these knives are both so affordable, it's hard to argue not to get both of them. Let's pull in a more expensive knife. This is our Benchmade 940-2. It's a full-size EDC knife. I have featured this one as well. Check out that video. A lot larger knife and a lot more expensive. But I definitely have to say our CIVIVI Elelmentum II has way better G10 than our Benchmade Osborne 940-2. The texture is way too smooth on our 940, and our texture on our Elementum II is perfect. Speaking of textured G10, let's bring in a Spyderco Persistence. Very aggressive, awesome G10 of the Spydercos. I love their G10, but a lot more texture to it, a lot more aggressive, and that may not be ideal if you're pulling them in your pockets every day. Here is a Para 3, and let's just see how that lines up. This one's got the nylon glass-filled lightweight scales on it. Love the compression lock of our Para 3 and that flat grind of those two awesome Spydercos. Our Elementum II is holding its own. And I love them all, dude. Wonderful top lines on each of these knives. Love the thumb choils and that tall posture of that back line of the Spyderco. Hard to beat. These are all such great choices for EDC. If you had to pick one, I'd be in big trouble because they all look so good, and I'm glad they're all in my collection currently. What do you think? I will put affiliate links to all of these knives in the description. If you do choose to make a purchase or you found this video helpful, please use those. I'd appreciate it. So as we wrap up our video of this awesome Elementum II, let's talk about a couple of things that may make this knife not a good choice. If you are not right-handed and you definitely want to be more versatile and switch up the knife as far as the clip configuration and carry configuration, the button lock switch is only on one side, it is not ambidextrous, so you will have to adapt. If you want to deploy this as a left-handed person, you will flip the knife and you would release the button lock with your index finger. Not unreasonable and not impossible to do. I'm not left-handed, and this thing actuates so easy that if you are left-handed, that's not going to disqualify this knife. It deploys wonderfully on both sides of the scales, so don't let that deter you. Awesome knife. Love everything about it. Pick one up. Let me know your thoughts. Is CIVIVI becoming the Casio of knives? Probably not, but still, Casio's been around a lot longer than CIVIVI, but CIVIVI, for the money, is putting out some good stuff. That's what I got for this one. Stay tuned for more content. Until then, please make sure to hit that like button. Please share this video with someone you love or just someone you like. And I'll see you next time. Almost forgot. Is this knife sharp out of the box? The answer is yes. Incredible knife. Highly recommend it. All right, I'm going now. Take care.